I finished up the weekend, this past weekend, really excited about our team, our men's team, our women's team, Wichita State Track and Field. We went over to KU for a terrific triangular with KU and K-State, an interstate, all the Division I teams in the state competing in a team-scored triangular, and we had a lot of really terrific performances. I tell you what, it really meant a lot to me how competitive we were, how our athletes stepped up and competed hard. Our men were able to beat K-State. We did a little form chart before the meet and looked at it, and we felt like K-State was going to win both meets. KU ended up winning both meets, and we got second on the men. We got third on the women, and yet I'm sitting here looking at a recap of the weekend, and we really have got a lot of terrific women on this track team that will make their way through this season and be successful at a high level in the Missouri Valley Conference and beyond. So I'm just going to talk about it. We also competed on Saturday here, mostly athletes that didn't get to go to KU, but some of the athletes that did go to KU doubled back and competed here at home, and between the two meets, we had a lot of terrific performances. I'm highlighting some of the things. I've got a whole sheet of terrific accomplishments here. We had 40 personal records this weekend between our men and our women. That's a lot of personal records. A big, huge achievement was Taylor Goldsmith in the 35-pound weight throw. Throws 68 1 3/4, sets a new school record, breaks his own school record. That's a terrific throw. It puts him right now number 12 nationally, and I'm really happy for Taylor Goldsmith. That was awesome. Our wonderful freshman Jared Belardo triple jumps 51 11 3/4, and this is a huge triple jump. It puts him number 16 nationally, but boy, in one of his very first meets in a Wichita State uniform, personal record of around 50 feet as a high school athlete, improves that by 2 feet. Just a fabulous result, and really exciting for our team, really exciting for Jared. I'm really happy for him. Zach Loesch threw over at KU on Friday and threw solid, but then came back on Saturday and set a nice personal record of 56 feet in the shot put. Puts him up to number 6 all time on the Wichita State indoor list. Congratulations to Zach Loesch. Zack Penrod, a freshman who was a terrific miler at the high school level last year, runs 1,000 meters for us over there at KU on Friday, runs 228.14, puts him up to number 7 on the all-time list in one of his very first races on the Wichita State all-time list, one of his very first races in a Shocker uniform, and that's an extremely impressive. Coach Hunter couldn't get over himself. He was so excited about Zack Penrod and that fast run. Same meet as Jared Belardo jumps 51 11 3/4. He jumps 24-7 in the long jump, puts him up to number 7 on our all-time list indoors in the long jump. Chris Peters on Saturday at our home meet jumped 16-11 in the pole vault, and you know, we always talk about how a guy jumps at a bar and is laying in the pit and watching it fall down. He literally was laying in the pit and watching 17-1 come down. He barely pulled it off, and so Chris Peters is obviously going very well, and that puts him up to number 8. That 16-11 puts him up to number 8 on the Wichita State all-time list. And A.J. Stevens runs a terrific 8.16 in the 60-meter hurdles, and that put him up to number 10 on the Wichita State all-time list. So those are some updates on the men's side. You know, with Taylor Goldsmith throwing 68-1 and also having Weston Cottrell and Skylar Arneson that are ready to throw right with him, that's going to be a wonderful 1-2-3 punch for us in that event, the 35-pound weight at the Missouri Valley Conference. Our high jumpers went well. Garret Lynch looked, you know, after a year off last year redshirting with knee problems, he looks like he's rounding into form beautifully. He jumped 6'9.5" in the high jump, and on Saturday, Austin Chippeaux jumped 6'9". So those two guys are going strong for us in the high jump. On the women's side, Deja Young runs a personal record and moves up to number 6 on the all-time list in the 60-meter dash. She runs 7.63. Angie Vailas, after kind of struggling last year and in a transition after transferring here, is back looking like herself and ran 7.71. That put her number 8 on the all-time list in Wichita State history in the 60 meters. Breanne Borman had a fabulous weekend this weekend. She goes over to Lawrence for that KU triangular and long jumps 18.11 and high jumps 5'8", a new personal record in the high jump. Put her equal number 10 all time at Wichita State in the high jump. But when we started, along with her hurdles, she had a 8.67 new personal record in the hurdles. We put those things together, put them on if she can compete like that along with a good shot put and a strong 800-meter run, she could easily be looking at an NCAA qualifying performance in the pentathlon here in a couple weeks at Northern Iowa, and certainly helping the team dramatically in a lot of areas at the conference indoor. So really exciting time for Breanne Borman. I tell you what, we've got a couple of freshmen on our team in the long sprints. Morgan Prather ran 58.41 at KU, and you know, she's not an indoor athlete, she's a freshman. She's never done much indoor track and field, so that was really a nice solid move in the right direction. And Natalie Halŝman ran 125.13 in the 600 yards, and people aren't very familiar with 600 yard times. I'm telling you, that's a very fast time and really good running. Lauren Pickens ran 58.49, and Lauren has had more than her share of struggles with aches and pains and with some health problems over the years, and I'm really excited for Lauren Pickens rounding into shape like she appears to be for her senior year in the long sprints. I want to mention Taylor Swanson is going good. She's got a 12'7.5" mark in the pole vault, but she is ready to go higher. I just want everybody to keep their eye out because I'm confident that Taylor Swanson is going to be going right up. Same kind of issue as Garret Lynch. Ashley Petersen was struggling last year with some significant aches and pains and did not have a year that was up to her standard. And this weekend she certainly looked like she's returning to form. Jumped 5'8" at our home meet and is just going strong. I'm really proud of her, the way she's battled through some tough times and now looks like she's returning to form. And same thing with Taylor Larch-Miller. She ran a strong 60-meter hurdle race and looked like she was going well at our place. So the thing that I think about is I look at event by event by event by event. I just have mentioned people in the sprints and in the jumps and in the hurdles and in the throws. Our distance runners are very good. I mentioned athletes in the distance events. It doesn't matter where you go on the track, anywhere all over the track and the field, Wichita State athletes are really rounding into form beautifully, and I love that we've got a complete team on both sides. And we saw evidence of that here in an early season national dual meet ranking. It's early in the season, and certainly there's a lot of teams that haven't competed in some of those scored meets yet, so may not be ranked. But I'm super excited about the balance and depth that is becoming evident on both our men's team and our women's team. We have known that it was likely that that's the way our team would look, but it's clearly evident that that's the way it's coming together now. So I'm excited about our season. 5 weeks from now, we're off, headed to Cedar Falls for the Missouri Valley Championship, and that remains our focus. We march through the indoor season thinking about that championship, and I think our athletes are really excited about that. And so we're after 2 championships, one on the men and one on the women. That's certainly our goal.